after the separation of USSR to Russia and other states, they are known as CIS states, which broke out from the former Soviet Union. And dance has a strong presence in not only in Russia, but also in this CIS states. And as so many of them come to learn here in India under the ICCR scholarship programs, we also have to know about them, because if the theory of dance in 1950 looked at strongly at Indian classical dance in India, now after 50 years, after 60 years of independence, we not only have to know the history and development of classical dance in India, but also its world reach. It is one of the soft powers of this country, that is the Indian classical dance. So, here we will study this strong presence of Indian classical dance in CIS states. Here too, the lead has been taken by, as I said, ICCR scholars who have been to India and trained long and truly the art. Let's look at Azib-Jah. The case of Azib-Jah, where Oksana Rusulova is trained in Indian classical dance style Bharatanatyam. Though born in Shabran, a town in the erstwhile Soviet Republic of Azerbaijan, in her childhood she moved to Russia and there learned Bharatanatyam. In 2001, she created Chandramukhi dance group and choreographed several pieces. This fluent speaker of Hindi, Azerbaijani and Russian, she won a talent show on popular TV channel and was honored with a statue of a goddess of dance by the Indian embassy in Azerbaijan. And in Ukraine, in 1992, Olena Zai founded the Club of Indian Dance Saraswati in Kyiv, and later the Saraswati Indian Dance School. Olena had graduated from Ganesha Natyalaya Institute of Music and Dance in New Delhi as an ICCR scholar under the guidance of Guru Saroja Vaidyanathan, recipient of Padma Bhushan. The main purpose behind opening this institute is to create a center that would be a crucible of Indian culture, a seat of learning the arts and about the culture of India, a gift of ancient India to Ukraine, hold Indian festivals in an environment in which even the local Indian community feels at home. As a center of learning, it offers classes on Indian dance, a library of documentaries and music of India, and a display of Indian costumes and ornaments. For the last 20 years, the students of Saraswati Dance School have skilled themselves in classical and folk dances and have won many awards, especially at the All Ukraine Dance Festival. Today, many senior students of Saraswati has opened their own groups of Indian dance in different cities of Ukraine, like Svetlana Vratiaska, who has opened Vasanta Club in Kyiv, Gana Smirnova, who has opened Nakshatra Theatre of Indian Dance in Kyiv, Victoria Virich, who has opened the Oriental Club in Lutsk, and Michel Romanov, who has opened the Nirananda Club in Dnepropetrovsk. Let us take the case of Ghana to understand the trajectory many such dancers follow. Ghana Smirnova, hailing from Kiev in Ukraine, had her first glimpse of Indian classical dance during a Year of India festival organized in the Soviet Union in 1987. By that time, she had 12 years of training in classical ballet as well as in Russian and Ukrainian folk dance behind her. She was also practicing yoga and familiar with Upanishads and the history of India. In 1998, she received the ICCR scholarship to train in India in Bharatanatyam under Guru Srimati Jayalakshmi Ishwar. For the 5 years that she was in India, from 98 to 2003, she had the intensive training and learning of Bharatanatyam and practiced the Carnatic vocal music under Guru Vasanta Sundaram and Chau under Guru Janme Jai Sai Babu. Besides, she did get introductory knowledge of Kuchipudi under Guru Sita Nagajyoti in Delhi Tamil Sangam for a couple of years. She was always very active with all the creative activities of her Guru while learning under her and took part in ballet compositions of her Guru and the lectures and demonstrations, and also regularly performed solo concerts in Delhi and other cities of India. Some of her unique and prestigious performances include her performance at Natyanjali Festival, the Chidambaram Dance Festival in the world famous Nataraj Tillai Temple in Kumbakonam and in the Brihadishwar Temple on the occasion of celebration of the 1000 years of the temple establishment, a rare honor for a foreign artist. Ghana Smirnova has participated in the leading dance festivals of India such as Mahabalipuram Dance Festival, Modhera Dance Festival, Taj Mahotsav, Rajgiri Dance Festival, Uday Shankar Dance Festival, Natyanjali Dance Festival in Chidambaram and Tanjavur, Bharat Kalachar Dance Festival, Dasyam Festival amongst others. She has practically crisscrossed the entire country while performing in India. She performs, teaches and researches on Bharatanatyam. Ghana Smirnova has just written a book on the subject of Indian temple classical dances, Indian temple dance, tradition, legends and philosophy. It is the first of its kind in the whole of CIS region and has been very appreciated by the scholars and academicians for the depth and quality of the work that is being conducted by her. She is one of the very few non-Indian artists who have been empaneled for under by the ICCR. Earlier, since her childhood, Ghana had been studying ballet and the Ukrainian national dance. As a student, she studied Eastern philosophy and practiced yoga, Tai Chi Chuan and Shigun. She is a successful graduate of jurisprudence from her alma mater, Tarasa Shevchenko National University, in her academic life and has gone on to defend her PhD from the same university. On her return to Kiev in 2003, Ghana established a theatre of Indian dance, Nakshatra, at the T.G. Shevchenko University. Nakshatra Theatre has been ceaselessly working for the promotion of Indian art and culture in Ukraine. Indian Theatre Nakshatra conducts lessons of Indian classical dance and yoga, organizes festivals of the Indian classical dance and music, an exhibition of painting of the Indian and Ukrainian artists, lecture demonstrations and master classes of famous gurus, performances of students, direct students for studying Indian arts in India, carries out lectures and trainings in other cities of Ukraine. Since its inception, more than 200 students have attended her dance classes. 5 of them later went on to India to improve their technique, and two were started as teaching in Ukraine. In the first year after being set up, it organized the Indian dance drama Deva Darpana. The very next year, along with the help of Embassy of India in Ukraine and the Indian community, Ghana organized the first international festival of Indian classical dances named Nrityanjali. The artists came from numerous countries and it was first of its kind in the whole of the CIS region, as more than 30 amateur groups comprising more than 200 dancers participated in the lecture demonstrations and workshops by artist scholars and witnessed the performances of eminent dancers from Russia, India, Ukraine, Sweden and Netherlands, Singapore and France. The next year, the second edition of Nrityanjali was organized. The First Lady attended and thereafter there has been no looking back. Ghana has been honored by the Ministry of Culture of Ukraine and her dance ensemble Nakshatra has been awarded the National Ensemble category. Kazakhstan is another important CIS country. The most important center for Indian classical dance in Kazakhstan is the Center for Indian Classical Dance in Almaty. Set up on 1st March 2006, it teaches Kathak, Bharatanatyam, Yoga, classical music and Hindi. It celebrates different Indian festivals including birthdays of cultural icons like the birthday of Rukmini Devi Arundel. The founder director of the center, Akmaral Kaizanova, completed her studies from Kalakshetra and Nalanda Dance Research Center, Mumbai. She is the first and only professional dancer of the Indian classical dance forms in Kazakhstan. She has presented 3 command performances for Prime Minister Vajpayee in 2002, for Vice President Ansari in 2008 and for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2015. She has performed Bharatanatyam in India, Greece, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and USA. In 2011, she completed her MA course in Yoga Therapy and the MA course in Bharatanatyam from Madras University. She acquired a diploma in 2013 for Kathak from Prayag Sangeet Samiti. This initiative is supported by the Indian Embassy as an example of cultural diplomacy, even though the embassy has its own Indian Cultural Center in Astana. Often the ICCR calls troops from such centers for their festivals in Delhi and other cities of India. One can imagine the impact of when dancers like Yazat Potatbek and Rada Olmesekova performed. Excuse me for my pronunciation, but these are tough names. At the Kulu Dasera festival, as they did in 2013. The Indian dance teacher at the Indian Cultural Center in Astana is the Kathak dance teacher Miss Laila Omarova. She conducted master classes of the Indian classical dance Kathak during 5th International Summer Creative Session. The camp was organized by the National Educational Center of Aesthetic Education in Valazan, Bishkek. Around 450 young students participated in the summer camp from different regions of Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan and Russia. Ms. Laila imparted training in the basics of Kathak dance and taught a Rajasthani folk dance. The participants showed great enthusiasm in learning about Indian culture. Tajikistan. The Indian actress Madhuri Dixit is a major source of inspiration to Tajik students for learning the dance, said Chakrabarti, who began learning Kathak at a very senior age. Over 400 youngsters in Tajikistan have drawn inspiration from Bollywood to learn Kathak, with Indian actor Madhuri Dixit considered as a goddess in the Central Asian country, Tajikistan. Thus, the activities of the Indian Culture Center are very successful. Regular Kathak dance classes are conducted from Monday to Friday in the embassy, which are extremely popular among the local youth. The students of these classes are very talented and also been to India to attend professional training in Indian classical dance under ICCR sponsored schemes. Maushumi Saha, the Kathak dance teacher, has been imparting Kathak dance training to Tajik National in Indian Embassy Cultural Center. Although the formal diplomatic ties between the two sides, namely Belarus and India, have a relatively short history, cultural interactions have an interesting past. India's national poet Rabindranath Tagore visited Minsk in 1931 and met with several leading intellectuals and fellow writers, many of whom admire his poetry. Further, the musician Nicholas Nabokov, who was born near Minsk, traveled to India in 1960 and was impressed by Indian music traditions. Several Belarusians have studied Indian classical dance, and some of them have started offering lessons to others. Yoga is another aspect of Indian culture that is becoming increasingly popular, and of course, Indian films too have been popular in Belarus. It has been the attachment to films that have paved the way for many dancers to pursue their passion in dance. Kathak and Bharatanatyam dancer Elena Sipach admits that her parents' fondness for Hindi films allowed her to get to India to learn Kathak and Bharatanatyam. Today, Elena Sipich heads the Sapna dance group in Belarus that is famed for its Indian folk, Bollywood, and classical dance Kathak. The group has already taken a prominent place in the art and music world in Belarus with the support of the Embassy of India in Minsk. Another famous dance group in Belarus is Indivara dance group, well known for its Bharatanatyam performances. The art director of Indivara is Lyudmila Khatuleva. Lyudmila is an icon of Indian classical dance in Belarus. The Apsara Indian dance group has Elena Tarasova, who dances Kuchipudi. Yet another school, Navaratna, is led by Slirenka Nadezhda and Natalia Vlasova, who perform the Indian classical dance Bharatanatyam, Bollywood, and Sarpa dances and Indian fusion, a mixture of elements of Indian dance with the dances of different styles. Yoga, an art of living, is also popular in Belarus. But all this creates a lot of challenges. Among the challenges across the former USSR are pretty much the same. Above all, the costs don't make it a viable option. So, irrespective of how devoted they are to the form that they have learned in hard circumstances, is the fact that they need another more marketable skill. This cuts into their practice time compared to professional dancers in other styles. The infrastructural and facilities available to ballet dancers simply do not exist for the Indian classical dancer. So, no matter how talented or dedicated a dancer is, they simply cannot afford to explore their full potential. This is no surprise considering how insufficiently the arts are funded in the former Soviet Union, that is witnessing weak economics and challenging times. Teaching is one of the most obvious ways to help build a dance career. Besides helping funding and presenting practice opportunities, it succeeds in creating a rasika based in what would otherwise be a very uninitiative audience and society. Students come from various backgrounds and interests, from Krishna devotees and yoga enthusiasts to Bollywood lovers Two dancers of different styles who just happen to love Indian classical dance. The reality is that only 1 out of 7 students stays for longer than a few months. As for the 1 out of 7 students, those that prove themselves extremely hardworking and sincere, fellow dancers help to crystallize the classical dance of India in these countries for generations to come. It is also getting to be a similar situation in maybe in India, I am not sure. One needs to look at the contemporary social and cultural scene in India, how supportive it is to the classical dance styles. Thank you.